Hello, good morning to all grade 2 pupils. It's time to study, learn, and practice using our module in English. Are you ready? Let's begin. First, let us make sure that we have with us our module in English. Let us also prepare our pencil and our notebook, which we will use to write our answers on. Let us check once more if we have the needed materials for our modular session today. Module in English, check. Pencil, check. Notebook, check. Okay, now I can see that you are all ready. This time, let's start. Our lesson for today is about differentiating reality from fantasy. Do you know the difference between reality and fantasy? If your answer is yes, that's good to know. If not, that is also fine because this module has various activities and learning experiences that will teach you how to differentiate real events from fantasy through listening and noting details. For what I need to know, this module provides you different activities that will lead you to note details and recognize what is made up or real in text listened to. At the end of this module, you are expected to: number 1, note details on a selection listened to. Number 2, differentiate the concepts of reality from fantasy. And number 3, identify the details in the selection that depict reality and fantasy. For what I know, listen as your facilitator reads the following situations. Write R if the story heard is a reality, and write F if it is a fantasy. Write your answer on a separate sheet of paper. Number 1, stay at home, help others. Why can't we go outside, Nanay? Asked Lara. We can't go outside because of the coronavirus. When we go out, there is a possibility that we get infected because of the exposure. Or maybe we spread the virus and make other people sick. Mother said. Staying at home means keeping ourselves healthy while we help other people as well. Is that right? Lara continued. Yes, Lara, you understood very well, her mother said with a smile. Number 2, study buddies. Roy started to do his assignments. After a minute, he said, "Oh no, it is time for my favorite TV show." As he stood up, his book called him. Roy, my friend, you should finish your assignment first. You need to study before doing what you want. That's right. Studying hard will help you achieve your dreams, his pencil said. And it will make your parents proud too, his book added. Number 3, fun field trip. Eric arrived excitedly from school one afternoon. Welcome home, Eric. How's your day? You look very happy. Her mother greeted him. Yes, mother, it was a happy day. We had our educational trip today and we went to the house of Ramon Magsaysay in Castillejos. His house is huge and all his possessions are kept there. It was amazing, said Eric joyfully. His mother smiled at him. And you know what, mother? Ramon Magsaysay is the 7th president of the Philippines. He was also known as the champion of the masses because he was close with the people. He continued, I am happy for you, Eric. It looks like you have learned a lot of things, his mother told him. Yes, mother, I am proud to be a Filipino, Eric said. Number 4, beach mystery. At the beach, Vince and Ella decided to collect seashells. Let's collect as many as we can so that we can give them to Lito, Vince said. Ella agreed. After a while, they looked at the ocean and saw a long-haired woman with tails waving at them. Number 5, let's clean. One day, Dina and his brother were assigned in their yard during the barangay cleanup drive. Why do we need to do this? It's very tiring, Dina complained. Dina, helping the community is very important. It will make our goal easier and faster to achieve, his brother answered. What is our goal then? Dina asked again. Our goal is to make our barangay clean so that no one will get diseases like dengue and leptospirosis. Also, it is good to live in a clean environment. Are you ready now? His brother said. Yes, brother, Dina answered. For what's new, listen again to your facilitator as he or she reads a story and take note all the important details that you will hear. Write your answers in your paper. Anya's Way by Cindy F. De Assis. One day, Anya went to the woods to help her mother gather vegetables for their lunch. When she was heading back home, she couldn't find her way back. She was lost. Not knowing what to do, she still continued to walk until she reached a crossroad. Where should I go? Right or left? She asked herself. Suddenly, a tiny creature with wings like a fairy appeared in front of her. You seem lost, young girl. Answer my question and I will show you the way, said the creature. What is your question then? Asked Anya. If I gave you a bag of gold today, what would you do to the gold? Turn right if your answer is to bury it. Turn left if your answer is to share it, said the fairy. Anya remembered all the things that her mother taught her. Finally, she turned left. She continued to walk until she reached another crossroad. Suddenly, a tiny creature with pointed ears like a dwarf appeared in front of her. You seem lost, young girl. Answer my question and I will show you the way, said the creature. What is your question then? Anya asked. If your friend had done a bad thing, what would you have done? Turn right if you would tell your friend's actions to your teacher. Turn left if you will do nothing, said the elf. Again, Anya remembered all the things that her mother had taught her. Finally, she turned right. She continued to walk until she reached a new crossroad. Suddenly, a lady in a shiny white dress, like a goddess, appeared in front of her. You seem lost, young girl. Answer my question and I will show you the way, said the lady. What is your question then? Asked Anya. If I give you the chance to go to a place that you desire the most, what will you do? Turn right if you will accept it. Turn left if you will turn down the offer and go back to your current life that you have. At this moment, Anya remembered her mother and realized how she really missed her. Finally, she turned left. She walked continuously until she heard a voice shouting her name. She saw her mother running towards her. Anya hugged her mother and told her that she got lost. How did you find your way back? Asked her mother. I just remembered all the right things that you taught me. Doing the right thing will lead you to the right way. Thank you, mother, said Anya as she hugged her mother again. The question is, what is the reality in the story? A. Anya went to the forest to help her mother. B. Anya met a fairy in the forest. C. The goddess showed Anya the way back home. Another question is, what is the fantasy in the story? A. A tiny creature with pointed ears like a dwarf appear in front of her. B. Doing the right thing will lead you to the right way. C. Anya went to the woods to help her mother. Remember, kids, reality means real and something that is possible to happen. Character and events in the story portray reality which can be experienced in real life. Can be experienced through the five senses. You can see, you can hear, you can smell, you can taste, and you can touch. While fantasy means strange, magical, unreal, and make-up story. Characters and events are make-believe that cannot happen in real life. Products of our imagination only. For what's more, read the following paragraph. Write reality if the underlined word is a real thing. Write fantasy if the underlined word is just products of imagination. Write your answer on a separate sheet of paper. Jana went home from school very tired. She went directly to her room and picked up a book. She planned to read while taking a rest. However, she fell asleep, but she was woken up by a strange sound under her bed. "Oh no, the monsters are here!" she shouted. She ran as fast as she could and went straight to their living room, where her family was watching television. "The monsters are under my bed again," she said nervously. "Don't worry, Jana, there are no monsters," her father said. "But maybe it is the tooth fairy. You lost your tooth yesterday, right?" her little brother said. Jana went back to her bedroom and put her loose tooth under her pillow. For letter C directions, listen carefully as your facilitator reads to you the sentences. Draw a heart if the sentence expresses reality, and star if the sentence expresses fantasy. Write your answers on a separate sheet of paper. Number 1, a house can be built by many people helping together. Number 2, a boat can fly. Number 3, birds live in a nest. Number 4, the giants sleep on the mountains. Number 5, the wizard made the car fly. For what I can do, choose a fairy tale story that you like. Ask your facilitator to read it to you. Listen very carefully. Identify 3 events that are considered reality and 3 events that fall under fantasy. Write your answers on a separate sheet of paper with a similar format below. The title of the fairy tale story, the reality and the fantasy sentences that you identified. For the assessment, listen carefully as your facilitator reads the poem. Answer the following writing prompts below. Be guided by the writing prompt rubric in answering this task. I Have a Dream by Cindy F. De Assis. When I was young, I had a dream to fly with dragons, then jump into the stream, to ride a bicycle, to travel to the moon, then slide on rainbows with pots of gold. As I grew older, my dream changed. I became a pilot and flew airplanes. I worked hard and achieved success, helped my family, and made them the happiest. Now it's your turn to share your own dreams. Complete the prompts or phrases below by writing your ideas about it. Write your answer on a paper. Whenever I get the time, I imagine myself that I can blank. But I know it cannot happen in real life because blank. When I grow older, I want to become a blank because blank. To make it happen, I will blank. For additional activities, draw a happy face if the sentences are considered a reality. Draw a sad face if the sentences fall under fantasy. Write your answers on a separate sheet of paper. Number 1, cleaning my room makes my parents happy. Number 2, my cat shouted and asked for a cup of milk. Number 3, Melinda set the table for dinner. Number 4, I saw a flying broom last night. Number 5, Benjamin returns the book to the librarian. Thank you, kids. Remember, reality means it can happen in real life. Fantasy means it is only made up and cannot happen in real life. This is Teacher Carmela M. Santos leaving you with a message. Patuloy na magbasa, patuloy na matuto, patuloy na magsanay. #Project Appear. See you around!